Okay, so today we're taking a deep dive into something that I think is like a universal experience for anyone in sales.
Yeah. Ew.
Those silent prospects, right? The
Mm-hmm.
ones who you think things are going well, maybe you've had a couple conversations and then gone.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened?
Right.
So we're digging into that today,
Absolutely.
and we've got this source called Silent Prospects, Understanding Rejection in Sales.
Interesting.
And it actually makes this really bold claim.
Okay.
It says that silence from a potential client is actually a bigger deal breaker than even like the toughest objections.
Yeah. That's when you think about it, that's a pretty interesting point, right? Because like as salespeople, we're kind of trained to think of objections as like a challenge.
Right, with a hurdle.
Yeah, exactly. Like we got to overcome this.
Yeah.
But this is saying that actually objections show that the person is still engaged.
Right, they're still like participating.
They're still in the game, exactly.
Yep.
Whereas silence,
They're just gone.
they've checked out.
They've moved on mentally.
It's almost like they've ghosted us.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
Well, like in a business setting.
Right.
Exactly. So the author of this source actually tracked hundreds of sales interactions.
Wow.
And the data really backs this up.
Okay.
Deals where the prospects actually like voice their concerns,
Mm.
even if those concerns were really heated,
Mm-hmm.
they closed at 3 times the rate of the ones where the prospect just went silent.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because, I mean, if you think about it, voicing an objection takes effort.
Right.
You have to actually care enough to push back.
Right. It's not easy to like disagree or to,
Yeah, it would be much easier to just not respond to the email or not pick up the phone.
Yeah, it's the path of least resistance, right?
Exactly.
Uh,
Especially these days.
Oh, the technology.
Right, we're all so busy and inundated with messages.
Yeah.
So silence is just the easiest way out.
So, like, what does this mean for us salespeople, though?
Well, that's the big question.
Right. Should we be, like, trying to get our prospects to object more? It's interesting because the source suggests that the best salespeople actually try to bring those objections out early.
Oh, so like don't wait for them to happen naturally.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's
jump
like
into that.
be proactive, dig in, and try to uncover those concerns right up front.
I can see how that would keep them engaged.
Yeah.
But I'm also thinking, wouldn't that be like overwhelming
I can see why you'd think that.
to just be like throwing all these negative things at them?
Right, like focusing on what could go wrong.
Yeah.
But there are definitely ways to do this without being totally negative.
Okay.
Like you could say something like, I found that some people worry about X when they're considering this type of solution. What are your thoughts on that?
Oh, that's good.
So you're acknowledging the potential issue.
Right.
You're not making it sound like it's a for sure deal breaker.
Right. And you're inviting them to share their perspective.
Exactly.
So it's like we're in this together.
Exactly. It's a shared concern.
Okay. I like that.
And it keeps the conversation going.
Right. It prevents that awkward silence.
Exactly.
So like for all our listeners out there,
Mhm.
think about your own pipelines right now.
Yeah.
How many of those thinking it over prospects
Oh, I know those.
are actually just like ghosts of deals that are already gone?
Right.
Are you spending all this time and energy?
Spinning your wheel.
Yes, exactly. Chasing after these leads who've already moved on.
And that's why recognizing that silence isn't golden in sales is so important.
Yeah, it's almost like a red flag.
It is a red flag.
Huh?
So if a prospect goes quiet, don't be afraid to reach out and try to resurface those objections.
Okay.
Like you might say, hey, I just wanted to follow up on our last conversation. I know we talked about some potential concerns you had, and I wanted to see if you had any further thoughts or questions I could address.
That's good because it's not just like a generic, hey, following up.
Right.
It's very specific.
Exactly. You're bringing those concerns back to the forefront.
So even a challenging question
Mm-hmm.
is better than...
Is a sign of life.
Yeah.
It means they're still thinking about it.
Right?
And that gives you a chance to understand their perspective and maybe turn that silent prospect into an active buyer.
This has been really eye-opening.
Yeah, it's definitely something to think about.
So remember, everyone,
Mm-hmm.
when you hit that radio silence,
Don't give up.
yeah,
Don't let silence be the final word.
address those objections
Keep the conversation going.
and hopefully turn that prospect into a customer.
Exactly. You got this.
Awesome. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.
And to all of our listeners out there, keep those conversations going and good luck out there.
See you next time.
Bye.